Imagine you are in a 1 versus 4 situation and trying so hard to clutch, but even after trying so hard, you fail. Ever wonder why you always fail in these intense moments? In this video, we'll break down the biggest mistakes players make and how to fix them, and some tips and tricks. Mistake number 1. Don't finish the knocked enemies. One of the biggest mistakes players make in a 1 versus 4 situation is immediately finishing a knocked enemy instead of focusing on surviving and eliminating the rest of the squad. Check out this clip where I made a huge mistake. I focused on finishing a knocked enemy instead of handling the fight. Here, you can see that I knocked one enemy and finished him, which seemed like a good move. As soon as I engaged the second opponent, I decided to change my position because I knew that the remaining enemies would push me. However, my biggest mistake was finishing this knocked enemy instead of focusing on the last opponent. Pro tip: only finish the knocked enemy if you're safe or if the rest of the enemies are not close to you. Otherwise, focus on handling the fight with other enemies. Take a look at another example. Hope you learned from my mistakes. All right, let's move on to another 1 versus 4 situation. Here, all my teammates were dead, and I was the only remaining, and this squad was searching so badly to kill me because we trolled one of their knocked teammates. I knew fighting them head-on was a bad idea since they were pushing together, so I played smart. Instead of rushing in, I was waiting for the best moment to attack them. After following them for some time, I got a chance when all 4 enemies were distracted, looking in another direction. So I took my overspeed MG3 and knocked 3 of them in one spray without even they realizing what was happening. The last one was remaining. Look how I got him with grenade. And just like that, I turned a 1 versus 4 fight into an easy squad wipe. That's how you clutch under pressure and secure 4 kills. Let's talk about another common mistake, which is rushing in when the enemy is already pre-firing. This almost always leads to getting knocked before you even have a chance to react. If an enemy is already spraying, showing yourself means you'll get hit before you can even shoot. Watch this clip. This is where I made a huge mistake. So avoid this mistake and you can wait for them to stop firing, then you can take your fight. All right, let's move to this squad fight situation where I try to fight 1 by 1 while staying in cover. If you ever find yourself in this situation, focus on dealing as much damage as possible while avoiding getting hit. Taking them down 1 by 1 increases your chances of survival. Never step out in the open or you'll become an easy target for the entire squad and they all can shoot at you at once. While I was fighting, my teammate arrived just in time and together we wiped the whole squad. Let's talk about another mistake, which is not using throwables. One of the biggest mistakes players make in 1 versus 4 is not using grenades or Molotovs. Many players depend only on guns, but using throwables can completely change the fight in your favor. Here's where I made a big mistake. I rushed to a whole squad but forgot to use grenades. If I had thrown some grenades first, I could have knocked one or damaged them. So avoid this mistake. Always use grenades or Molotovs while engaging in a 1 versus 4 fight. Let's talk about another big mistake, which fighting from one position. If you keep shooting from one position, enemies will figure out your location, making it easier for them to pre-fire, throw grenades, or push together. At first, I was fighting from one position, but then I quickly changed my position and flanked to get a better angle. This gave me a huge advantage, allowing me to knock enemies from different angles. If you knock one enemy, immediately reposition before the others can react. Fighting from one place makes it easier for the enemy squad to hold you back. If an enemy flanks you first, you're done. All right, that's it for today's video. Hope you learned something. If you are struggling with sensitivity setting, I will recommend you to watch this video to set up your own sensitivity for any weapon or any scope. And don't forget to subscribe to the GG Bro for more amazing tips and tricks videos.